Hello, it's Andy from Keyword Insights, and in this video I'm going to be showing you how to interpret the cluster report from Keyword Insights. So I am using the example of a CBD client, and I have dumped a load of CBD keywords into Keyword Insights. Specifically, I have dumped in 7,728, and the focus of this is going to be using the cluster insight. Now I have actually pulled through the rank as well as the context insight, and I'll show you why that's sometimes useful to combine with the cluster in a second. But largely speaking, this is what I have, and they've already been arranged in search volume order. So what this is showing us, what this clustering document means, is under this what's hemp cluster, all of the keywords under that basically all should be created, all should be targeted on the same page. So you can see what's hemp used for, is hemp marijuana, what does hemp do. All of these keywords should all be targeted on the same page. So if you find yourself creating two pages, one about what hemp is and one talking about what does hemp do, then you're probably going to be cannibalizing yourself or not capitalizing on the fact that most results on Google anyway tend to cover all of these topics on one page. Same with, let's just find another example. So that's predominantly, as you can tell, an informational query. This is obviously a blog. It's talking about what it is, what does it do in comparing it. If we look at CBD cream, well, let's look at best CBD. Again, all of these keywords are basically targeting, could be targeted on the same page. So if you're trying to optimize for best CBD, you don't need another page talking about high quality CBD or another page talking about CBD best brands, etc., etc. And in fact, on the page that you create to do with best CBD, it might be on your home page, it's maybe wise also to sprinkle a few of these other keywords in that can all be found in the same cluster, and making sure that you're visible for all of them. Now, this is for a site, a brand new site, so there's no ranking pages here. But sometimes what you'll see is, say if I drop down CBD for depression, again, here's a good example. If you are creating a page on CBD for depression and a page talking about CBD for anxiety, you don't need two pages. You can target both of these on the same page, and it might be worth optimizing your page title to be CBD for depression and anxiety. Now, what you might also see sometimes is if the ranking is pulled through, you might see spots of it. So you might see a ranking page for these, and then a gap, and then a few more, and then a gap. That means there's probably still some optimizations you can do, and it's a good way of quickly finding out where to maybe sprinkle a few extra keywords or maybe improve that content so that it's relevant for other queries in that same cluster. Now, when you pull through the other insights, like these ones, the context we call it, you can start to really quickly focus on the type of content you want to be producing. So let's say, for example, I've got this CBD client and I just want the content opportunities. What I might do is, and the filters are always your friend, I might scroll down to this filter button here, and I might put, look, I only want the ideas that are definitely going to give me content ones. I want to produce a content calendar. So I'll click on article here, and then I will filter out anything above or below, sorry, 6. So what that's showing you and how this context insight works is, what it's saying is, if I drop down CBD, for example, what it's saying is for this keyword, out of the 10 results on Google, 8 of them are long form article based, and 1 of them is a product, and 1 of them is some other type we couldn't classify. So what we're saying is, for this keyword CBD, the intent is largely informational. It's worth caveating at this point, informational does also include affiliate sites. So if the article is like top 10 places to buy CBD or 9 best shops to buy CBD, that would be classified under article. So interestingly, and that makes sense, when you drop down the cluster, you can also see all the keywords that were in that cluster. A lot of them are actually quite informational. What is it used for? what are the benefits, what are CBDs. So whereas you might have traditionally categorized the keyword CBD just under transactional, surely if someone Googles CBD, they want to buy it, right? What we've very quickly shown you is the average of all the keywords in that cluster is very informational. So if your client or you want to target the word CBD and all the keywords under that cluster, you're going to need to do it with an article. And then if you want them to potentially buy CBD, you're going to have to work on that user journey between the informational article and the product page. So you would create here a very in-depth article, what it is, what are the benefits, what does it mean, what it does for you. You'd try and cover all of these in one big article, and then you'd filter them through to your product pages that sell CBD. And you often get quite a few surprising results here, actually. So you can see edible gummy, even edible gummy, which to me would be quite a transactional keyword. We can actually see it's quite informational. So if I drop that down again, I would expect to see, yeah, so best edible gummies, edible gummy edibles. So again, if you are a CBD client and you want to rank for edible gummy, you're unlikely to do it with a product page. You're going to need to do it with a long form article and then filter them through to that product page. This is another example with a furniture store, and again you get some surprising results. So I haven't got any filter on here at the moment, so I might in this case actually try and I just want the product based pages. So I'm just going to put product on, and I'm going to put a filter. I'm going to clear them all, and I just want the ones where it's definitely a product base. So now I can start to focus on the keyword clusters that definitely rank products. So I've got, well, of course, wood wax. So the things that are ranking for that are generally, so this is a good example of where we could better optimize. So for the keyword wood wax and all the results under it, we can see here we rank on average, if I roll that up, in position on page 4, and we can actually see the intent is heavily product based. You can see that 9 out of 10 results are product, and there's only one article. So when I drop this down to view the ranking pages, because we've pulled through that ranking site, we can actually see what we have trying to rank is a blog, 9 best waxes to use in your dining table. So our advice to a client like this would be like, look, if you want to rank for wood wax, your blog's not going to do it. You should start selling that as a product. And you can do this vice versa. We have seen it vice versa. We've seen cases where blogs are ranking when it needed to be, products are ranking when it needs to be a blog page, as we showed you with the CBD client. And we've seen it the other way. So it's a really quick optimization here. Look, create a product for this if you can, if it's within your remit, and send your link equity or internally link to that product page because it's a product that wants to rank. So that's how you would interpret the clusters, and pulling in these additional insights just helps you narrow down on what you should be doing. Another way of looking at this is if you pulled in the rank, you can straight away find these ones where the average rank is 100, and we know we don't have a page for this. So we know there's probably not a page for round dining table. Well, or it's not doing very well. So this would be something to look into because this is potentially a huge cluster and we know we're not ranking for it. So why? Is there a technical problem? Does the page exist? The other way to do this would be if you actually just looked at content. So if you wanted to find missing content ideas, you would do the opposite. You would get rid of this filter down here. You would add article here. And then we would look for all the opportunities that were just article based. And now we would try and find examples where we're only ranking in position 100 or not doing very well. So here's a good one. So small kitchen island. Oh, so scratches even. I mean, that's probably going to be too generic, so I wouldn't go for that one. But you get the point. You can very quickly find content opportunities. Kitchen islands. Now, I ran this before we did. Basically, I ran this a while ago, and these things have improved since. I was very surprised when I saw Kitchen Islands. I thought if you wanted to Google Kitchen Islands, it meant you wanted to buy one. And I quickly saw, oh, actually, it's predominantly article based. So I expanded this cluster down, and I saw, okay, Kitchen Island with seating, Kitchen Island, all of these keywords and Kitchen Island tables, which basically we wanted to capture. So we span up this blog on it, and I haven't rerun the ranking, but you can see now if I googled Kitchen Island dining tables, we rank #1 for that keyword now. And I was able to find that and that huge cluster very quickly by combining the rank, because it said 100 originally, which meant I didn't have any content for it, and by adding this filter on for articles, which meant I only wanted to focus on article-based keywords, and then I saw all the keywords that I could rank for it. So I very quickly was able to spin up a piece of content that we otherwise wouldn't have produced, because we didn't think the intent around someone Googling Kitchen Islands meant they wanted to view a blog on it. So by combining the cluster insight with rank and the context, we can very quickly find content opportunities that we're missing, and we can very quickly see all the keywords we should be optimizing that towards as well. So that's how to interpret the cluster report, but that's also how to bring in and use it along with the ranking insight and the context insight as well.